comes a new challenger!
Welcome back, everybody. This is another episode of
The Chain Chumps.
The Chain Chumps. I am Doncon. I am joined by my partner, Mr. Roue Cinnamon, and today we are going to be discussing the 10+1 cash-only summon. One time only, guys. It's one time only, so get your wallets out and get ready to pay for random.
Oh, it's just, you know, that's the assurance I always like. You know, somebody comes up, I'm sitting on the cash register, they put the gun up, and it's like, hey, can I have some money, please? One time only. Don't worry about it.
Oh, wow. So, obviously, it is absolutely terrible. Like, this is so bad. Like, I want to let you pop off first. I'm going to let you get your shots in.
All right, I'm going to try to keep this positive at the start, because I know we're going to have a turn here.
Okay.
But one of the reasons that I always recommend Exvius to people getting into phone games is that I find it's pretty non-exploitive or exploitative in most of its mechanics. Like, you can go in and you can get lapis, you know, you can wail pretty hard and you can get pretty strong things, but you know, you're gonna have a pretty good time, and you're gonna be able to, like, if you just have a little bit of patience, you'll be able to save up, you'll get some tickets, you'll grind some lapis, get a banner you like, and you should be able to pull for whatever you want. You don't have to put money in to have fun with this game. And in fact, like, if you go to some more of the gray area things and say, you know, do a little like macroing for TMRs or things, you can even be like a pretty big power player, only putting in a little bit of money or no money at all. And this whole thing just flies right in the face of that. This is like straight up like Zynga King shit.
It's a stick up, for sure. It's a stick up. Yeah, I don't get the logic behind this. So let's give a timeline here. So
I get the logic. They want your money.
Yes, but come on, let's figure out how to get to the money now. They should have, like, these nerds that make games should have some sort of marketing team to say, hey, let's figure out how to make money. How do you make money? By selling value. It doesn't even have to be value, you just have to sell value. That's all. As the person paying the money, getting what they feel is worth said money. So
okay.
That's all it has to be. So I'm sure there's stuff that you buy that's not worth it. There's definitely stuff that I buy that's not worth it. But
yeah,
like, sell the value. So I just want to give a quick timeline of the events that led up to this point. So we had the oddball. There's no maintenance this week. Okay, that's a little odd. And then they dropped the bomb. There's gonna be a 5-star guaranteed cash summon. What is this? So your lapis is no good here. The game's premium currency. Now what do you mean by cash? Like, please Jesus be Gil. Please Jesus be Gil.
Oh, if it was Gil, like, just let me use that.
Yeah, what do you, like, yeah, exactly. But no, it wants cash. Now, the conversation is, how much did they want? What's the price point? What's a fair price point, right? So you start doing the math. Okay, so 10+1 summon, that's, what, 5,000 lapis? Yes. So how much would that cost to buy in bundles anyways? So, like, basically, the only catch there is you're not guaranteed a 5-star. But, like, 10+1s with the new rates and stuff, your chances are decent enough to get one. You have, like,
oh, yeah.
a 3% chance 10 times. Whatever that, or 11.
Cash for gold, says we were.
Cash for gold, yes. This is what this discussion is all about. Cash for gold. So, as you can see on the screen, we are in Canada, and it is $58.99. You could buy a new game for your PS4, you can get a shit ton of games on Steam, and it's only a 5-star guarantee. You do not get to choose who it is. So, my question is, who do they expect to buy this besides donkeys? And I'm sorry if I offend you if you did splurge for the purchase, like if you have the disposable income to throw towards that. I'm sorry, but with that being said, it doesn't make any sense who they are marketing this to. There's no value in it for a new player, really, right? Because if you're a new player, you're not going to commit $60 right off the way. You don't even know if you like it yet, right? You're still finding your sea legs. There's still tons of content to grind through with the main story now, where you could play and not even realize you need all these rainbows to move on in the meta with all the dungeons and challenges and hard bosses and stuff. Like, you're not there yet. So new players are out. This is not for them. So, okay, so this is a whale only thing. No, because what do whales do? They get whatever the hell they want. The whales, the 5-star units that the whales want, they already got them. There's no way a whale doesn't get the 5-star units that they want. So, with that being said, it's not specific to any of those time-sensitive banners, just in case the whale's like in Mexico vacationing or something like that, and he wasn't playing the game, he was too busy just doing blow. Like, okay, but the time-sensitive units not included. So you have a specific pool that narrows down some really good units, and it's $60. And like I said, I don't see any value in this for the whales, just because they could spend that same money on Lapis, wait for the banner that's new, that hot new thing, and get the unit they want there that they're gonna whale on. So, why charge that much?
Like, and like, this is the other thing. Like, it's as you said, whales already have everything that they want. They've already invested in Lapis. Like, and don't get me wrong, I get it. I get that the way that these games are designed is a few people whale really hard, and that lets a whole bunch of people play for free. Like,
Definitely.
That's how it works.
Yes.
But, like, you just laid it out so perfectly. Like, there is no perceived value in this for whales. And there's nobody more invested in, like, the meta than whales. Whales are looking at that Japanese chart. They're looking at what's coming 6 months from now. They don't want to spend $60 on... Like, they don't want to spend $60 on something that's going to be on old units that are either might already be obsolete or are going to be obsolete soon enough. If they're going to be spending $60, they're going to put it into Lapis so, they can TMR grind, or so that they can, do something on banner for something that they really want.
Yeah, exactly. And another deterrent to the whales, that one time only. So even if you said, okay, I'm a super baller, like, money is no object, I love the game, $60 is nothing. I find that it tucked to my socks. You can only do it once. You couldn't, if their one time only was removed, there'd be still some incentive for the whale, because he could just be like, 5-star, 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 and like blow a G note and not care, right? And have like every 5-star in the game. But no, they took that away from them as well. So it's just, I don't know the target market here. And that's, I guess, my real gripe. Like, the price point's ridiculous. Like, I guess getting on price point, we both knew this was coming. What was the magic number that you were going to pay max?
Like, for this? Okay, so let's... I don't know if I can... I don't... Like, if this was $10 or $20, which I know is completely unreasonable because that's not on par with the Lapis structure, maybe you could tempt me?
Yeah,
but,
I agree.
I think for all the... Like, for myself, who's kind of... Like, I am sometimes dip my toe into spending some money. I'm pretty up on the content. Like, I'm not a super whale, but generally, like, you see my unit come up, you're going to send me a friend request because you're like, oh shit, look at that. But there's nothing there that appeals to me for those same reasons. Like, I'm not going to drop, like, bills on random chance when Lapis is more useful. Like, that same amount of Lapis, me taking that $60 and buying a huge Lapis bundle is more use to me than this, because, like, okay, here's another thing. Let me just duck into this for a second. I'm only thinking about this at this moment. So, okay, Lapis bundle. What would $60 get me in a Lapis bundle? Okay, I have to jump it up a little bit. $70 on the Trunk of Lapis. 6,000 Lapis. Or 6,000 Lapis. So that's a 10 plus pull and then some.
And after you spend, you're going to get some EX tickets as well.
Yeah. So that, I'm not even saying, like, 6,000 plus 2,500 more Lapis plus 50 Exvius points. 50 Exvius points gets you, like, you're up there. That's an EX summon ticket. So if I spent that 3 times, which is, once again, a fairly absurd amount of money, that's going to get me a 5-star guaranteed Exvius ticket.
Yep.
So I have so many 10 pulls from that alone. If I buy 4 of those, which once again is more money than I spend on this video game, I will have more than like I will have what 5, 6, 10 pulls at that, and I will have a guaranteed 5-star. Like it's literally just a shakedown. Like it's
it's not competitive against itself.
No, it's there to be like put a fancy graphic up, get somebody who doesn't know any better as like, oh, I want a rainbow right now. And once again, if you did this, this is no shame to you because it's exploitative. Like
people can do what they want with their money, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have like $60, like I have $60 in disposable income. I'm not super baller or anything, right? But if I'm gonna spend $60, I'm gonna think long and hard on what am I getting out of the $60? How much enjoyment am I gonna get out of this? Because you can buy a game that's gonna give you 100 hours of gameplay for $60.
Yeah.
And like we're talking spending money on video games at the end of the day, whether it be mobile content, whether it be whatever. Like, what like the value isn't there, right? Now, if I think the game changer would be if you could pick your 5-star. Then it's a steep price to pay, but you have that game changer factor.
Oh, 100%. And this is the other key thing. Like, once again, they made sure it was cash. They made sure they were getting their money. There is no abstraction here. You can't use your little treasure trove of Hoarded Lapis. That is a fair thing to pay cash for.
Oh, yeah. Like, and I think the timing's bad, too. Like, February, that's post-Christmas. You're getting your credit card bills. The timing's not great. On Valentine's Day, if you're in a relationship, you're spending a bunch of money today. You're spending, like, whatever for your significant other, dinner, whatever. Like, the timing couldn't have been worse. Now, if you're gonna charge... I guess I want to get into how would you do it. So I'm just going to sort of take the lead here on how I would do it. So if the egghead's making the decisions, crunching the numbers, saying, okay, we need to sell X amount of these bundles to make this a success or profitable. So, okay, we settled on the $58.99. This is how much money we want to get. So here's how I would do it, asking for this much money. And it's still, I'd be on the fence to do this, but with that being said, it would definitely be more enticing. So I would definitely launch it the day of the 7-star launch for global. Because with 7 stars, what do you need for 7 stars? You need those 2 max 6 stars. So if you have the ability to pick that unit to pair up your favorite guy that's crushing it right now, there's a lot of value, and you're riding a hype train, and it's there, right? There's the perceived value. It's still a steep value, but you can hit the ground running when that whole meta changes when you hit 7-star. Right now, not everybody's in that position. I bet you probably don't have 2 of your favorite. Actually, I know you do, so that's a poor example, but with that being said, like, not everybody has 2 of their favorite 5-star, right? Like, the rates were only increased not that long ago. So if you, A, let them pick for $60, B, drop it on the day 7-star launches. Because then there is value, and there's a lot of value. You're going to be looking in your friends list. They're going to have 7 stars. You're going to be like, oh, I'm slacking, right? I have this guy. He's really good. I got the equipment. I got the TMRs. I got all this stuff. But you just need that duplicate, and you don't have it. So that's how I would execute it if I was asking for that much money. On the flip side, if you're just launching it today or whatever, what's the dollar value, right? Like, I think I'm aligned with you. $10 or $20. It is unreasonable compared to the Lapis value, but maybe make it at least somewhat on par with the Lapis value. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you have to give a little knockdown, because like Lapis is, yes, it's like, as we said, $70 for like almost 10k Lapis, but you have to knock it down a little bit because you do get free Lapis, so that causes a little bit of like fake currency inflation. So it probably would fall into, like, as I said, $20 is me probably getting that, no question. Like, $20, bam, you can have that bill.
No, because 20 is not that bad to pass with, right? It doesn't make or break you. Like, obviously, don't spend it on on your units instead of getting groceries or something dumb like that. But excuse me, $20 isn't bad. Now, I guess another approach they could have done, I guess we're getting theory crafting here a bit, is scratch the 10+1 garbage.
Yeah. Have
just guaranteed 5-star for $20. Keep it random.
Oh, I would say here's what I would think. I think there is money left on the table here. And once again, like going back on what I just said, I think that what they just did here, I think that's like it's not good business practice and it's not good community management. I know that there's so many hot button issues with like loot boxes and DLC right now. We're not even going to get into that.
But they're doing it.
They're doing it. I would say, hey, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Just because people have this lapis saved up and it's going to leave some of the money in the table there, why are you dropping the advantage of your abstracted currency? Like, the point of using lapis or like Blizzard coins or whatever is so that people don't think of it as dollar bills.
Yes.
Like, it's to trick our monkey brains into thinking it's not real.
Oh,
like,
and it works like a dream. It works great.
Like, and I feel like for everybody that you're losing that's sitting on a pile of lap, I know I'm like, if that was just like bam, like even if it was like a little more lapis, like say it was like 7,000 lapis rather than 5,000 lapis, I'm sitting on enough lapis that I could rip that. Like, I would do it, no question.
And to touch on your point, the illusion's there. I'm not spending my money. So just say that was 7,000 lapis. I'm at 3,400. I would definitely consider buying more lapis to do that pull, that more expensive pull, just to get me over that threshold, right? So it lets me use that little bit that I have. I'm still spending money on your product. I'm still feeding the machine, and I get to roll the dice, right? I get the dice roll and hope I don't get, like, I don't know, some 6-star bum. Or 5-star rather. But yeah, it doesn't make sense to me at all. I don't know who this is targeted for. Like, and I've seen people do it. Like, first thing, as soon as I looked at the price, the first thing I did was I went to Reddit because I'm like, oh, they're gonna be popping off on the Brave Exvius Reddit. They're gonna be foaming at the most savage, and I was not disappointed. It was like there was probably every third post, "Fuck you, Gumi," and then they had some sort of greed acronym play on Gumi, whatever. And also there was people that did it. Now they were definitely few and far between. I probably saw 5 in the whole thread, but this was probably earlier in the morning, so that probably mostly people in the UK. But there's definitely people that did it, and they're like, they were not happy with the units they got, right? Because it's random, you spend a ton of money, and so I guess just to close this, if you were to spend this right now, like, what unit would you hope for?
Oh, let's see.
That you would be satisfied for paying $60 for?
For $60? Cloud, I guess? Like, because I don't have any of the, like, Cloud or Afredia. I need to get into that True Dual Hand meta, but, like, that's it.
Cloud of Fravia.
Like, or Afredia. Like, not Fravia, like the one with the martial glove.
Oh, okay. I got rid of him so many times, too. I should probably keep him.
But, like,
Where's the value?
Then, like, $60 for... It's not fun. Like, I'm into the game, so I'm like, oh yes, I know that this TMR is worth it. But that's not fun, like, getting a unit from a Final Fantasy game you really love and being like, I get them, awesome. And it's not fun, like, saying, it's like, oh, you know what, this like, Brave Exvius unit, I saw that in the store, or they've got, like, a really cool sprite.
There's nothing. It's just throw your money in this hole and hope you get what you want out of it. But then it's, like, that was the first thing I asked myself. Like, what unit would I want would be the perfect scenario out of this? And, like, I couldn't come up with one, right? Because, like, I don't have an Orlando. I'm like, oh, Orlando would be nice. But, like, I don't even have the stuff to equip them to make them good right now because it's all on my other good units, right? So, like, that's another thing. Like, there's all... Getting good units is awesome, but you need the equipment for them to make them good. And if you don't have that, then are they that great for you? Like, as an individual? No.
Okay. Okay, here's another question. All right. Let's say rather than this being like just like a guaranteed 5-star in this poll, in like a 10+ poll, what if it was its own banner? You throw it down, and there's 6 units on the banner. You got Cloud, you got Esperterra, you got Ayaka, you got, let's say, Dark Veritas, you've got Like, you've got Ramza, and then you've got Queen.
Okay, so the Queen's the killer. Even Rams is
Yeah,
half good, right? But
well, like Rams is very good with his enhancements. Like it's 5 like killers, 5 of the best units in meta, and Queen. Do you put that gun in your mouth? Do you spin the barrel and do you do it?
I don't see, you're making me think, because the thing is, right, like when you have a banner, you have boosted rates for those units, right? So you're like, okay.
Oh no, I'm not even saying booster. Like,
okay, so no booster rates.
You give. There is this banner is literally 100% chance you'll pull one of those 6 units. One of those units you get $60, please.
Ooh, you're definitely throwing in the gambling aspect there, and you know what? I think it would sell it better than what they did right here. Yeah. Like that's a much better sales pitch, right? And like these are just pulling ideas out of the air, and like I'm involved a little bit in marketing with my work, but not for software or gaming or anything related to the sorts, right? But to say like the pitch is terrible. It doesn't seem to be in a pair target market. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all, and it just comes at overpriced, and it's like, I don't want to say outrage, spit in the face of the community. A lot of people took it that way, right? Like, I am fully on board with a business trying to make money and monetize their creation, and that's how it works. I'm a fan of capitalism, right? Like, make the money, like, but give value. Get the hustle.
But like, it comes down to, like, once again, more hot button gaming things. Blizzard is great at making the crack cocaine version of a monetization scheme. Like, they've had a few fall offs, like the Diablo 3 auction house. But you look at, like, Blizzard was what kind of looked at that loot box thing, and then they made it in a way that's still essentially a VLT, like still like a little like taking advantage of your lizard brain to make people gamble, but did it in a way that like the community feels pretty good about it. Like most people, you know, they're like, oh yeah, loot boxes are there, and yeah, I get frustrated, and you know, there's always going to be a few people who are like, I don't think, you know, the limited events, and that's taking advantage of people. But it sat mostly fine. And then you got when, you know, the Star Wars game came out.
Ooh, yeah.
And they had it being blatantly exploitative. Like, here's the thing. I think you make more money with like building a good community and being honest. Like, not honest is a strong word for business, but being upfront about things.
Oh yeah.
But in that case, they made something so transparently trying to take advantage of you that it soured the taste of loot boxes for everybody. Like,
oh yeah,
they went to the well and they just dropped their pants and just let loose into it.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what I see this as. Like, here's the thing, like, these gacha style games, like, there are people who play these games that can't afford it because they take advantage of that part of the brain. And that's not great. I don't feel awesome about that. I'm somebody who has enough impulse control that I can go through this and not lose my shirt on this game. But when you do this thing where it's so blatantly trying to get you, it sours the rest of the experience a little bit.
Oh, definitely, right? And I guess what is there to come, right? Like, is this just dipping their toe in the water and see how many donks we can reel in and then really unleash their evil plans?
Yeah. Like, there's a certain point where, like, if I keep seeing things that are just so blatant like this, it's gonna dampen my fun of the game.
True enough. Now, I hate to say at the end of the day, like, I hate saying that, but at the end of the day, it doesn't affect your playing at all. You don't like it, just don't buy it. Like, that's what it is, right? So, like, as much as the outrage is there, and of course we're expressing our feelings on it because it makes for great television, but with that being said, at the end of the day, at this point, it doesn't affect how you play the game, right? It's not, you're not behind anything if you miss out on this opportunity. I'm doing air quotes, but so that's what it is, right? Like, I think I think they're dipping their toe in the water to see how bad they can really pimp it out, but the best thing that can happen is that it fails, and then from there they can sort of restructure something of value and maybe still ask for that money. So I guess to wrap everything up, quick summary. Is this good and valuable? No. Should anybody buy it? Probably not. You'd want to send a message to the developer that, hey, this does not work. We were willing to spend money, but not spend money on something that doesn't have value in return. Closing thoughts, Mr. Cinnamon?
Yeah. Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, better save your money to, buy a bundle of Lapis when it's a banner you like, rather than just... this is like, spend your money on something you actually want, or take what's behind curtain number 1. Curtain number 1 is always a ripoff. It's always there to distract you.
Yeah, perfect, yep. So, thank you very much to everybody who watched. You can follow Mr. Roue Cinnamon on Twitter at Dan Rogers with a D. If you like this and want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. We do live gaming on Twitch every Thursdays, if you can see below. And we will see you next time for the next ripoff.